What up, gang? These guys are going to be doing today's show. I want to try and join in when I can.
Yes.
What's up, YouTube family? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
All right, cool. Good day, mate. I'll be seeing you guys later.
All right.
Okay.
See you in a bit, mate.
See you later.
In a bit, mate.
Deco, man. He's always on
I'm
time.
letting some people's in, seeing the people's coming in.
Got Deco.
On time. I love to see it.
Wow,
Lovely. Boss
lovely.
on time.
Lovely.
All right, boss on time.
Lovely. Live now.
Yeah, just getting the news out that we're gonna get started.
Give it a few minutes, mate.
Okay.
Give him a few minutes, mate.
Yeah, just let a few more people come in, then we'll get started.
Yeah, man. Give it to about 5 past.
So today's quite an interesting one. I'm gonna run through this report, but before that, run through the news. Oh, we've got St. Jerome coming through.
All right then. The guy who taught us the high level maths.
What's good, King?
Yeah, what's good?
How's it going, bro?
Yeah, good, man. Good, you alright?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm good, man.
Good.
Yeah.
Appreciate you making the game.
A couple more peoples to come in, then we'll get started.
Ooh. Live now. It's Kish. Jerome. Echo.
Cool. Go to 4.
People who turn up to the game during the bear market, they're the serious ones.
They're the serious ones, for real.
Serious ones.
Yeah, man. That's it. Yeah, like I was even talking to one of my friends today, and he was just talking about crypto and whatnot. But it's just like the short-term mentality with crypto is just it's always there with a lot of the retail level people. Them, and it's just like look at it in the long-term perspective. Don't be like, yeah, I'm gonna jump in on this thing just to make 50 quid, just to make 100 quid from whatever you put in. It just, I mean, like that's not really gonna get you anywhere down the line in the long term. So yeah, man.
Get you nowhere. It'll get you nowhere in the gym.
You get me? I feel like yeah, it's just one of them ones. It's like people here on this quick gain thing. I'm just like,
nah, man.
I know you're meant to make the money stretch, but at the same time, if you stretch it too much, it's gonna drop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Give it to.
Okay, what you got the disclaimer coming up here? Let's just. Well, you think we should just run through the disclaimer, then we just do the news? Now how people are just coming in, I think it's a good time.
Oh no! Don't freeze now. Shit.
Yo, Ninja, I can hear you, but I can't see you. You're frozen.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you perfectly fine, but you're frozen. Come off camera and come back on. Maybe it'll work. I don't know what's going on with Ninja.
Oh no, the internet's playing risky business. All right, let's just crack
on. Okay, bro. I'm gonna run through the disclaimer, yeah.
Oh, you're gonna do it. All right, this is interesting.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done it, to be honest with you.
First time for everything.
You know, right? Why not? All right, guys.
Not?
I hope everyone can see my things. 1 second. All right then, cool. Disclaimer. All right. So this is the disclaimer, terms and conditions. You know what's going down. You know this part. I'm gonna try to do it as quick as possible. Hopefully you understand me. All right, let's go. So all content is for education and information and entertainment purposes only, and should not be considered as investment advice or recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any assets or place any trades. Please do
No,
your own research.
sir.
Our content is intended and should only be used for informational use. It is very important to do your own analysis before making any investment, which should be based on your own individual circumstances. You should always take independent professional advice from a professional advisor, or independently research and verify all and any information you may find on our show that you wish to rely upon, whether you wish to make an investment decision or otherwise. All investments come with risk. Please do your
Risk.
research. We are not financial advisors and do not intend to be perceived or received as financial advisors. However, we are working in collaboration with several accredited advisors. If you are unable to mitigate your risk, then please contact us immediately, and we can offer you an accredited financial advisor with the paper that you need. All right, nice and quick, done.
Nice
Ninja,
and
do you want
quick.
news?
Let's go. What's up, good people? It is currently 6 minutes past 8 p.m. UK time, the 10th of the 10th, 2022. So 10th of October 2022. For those that don't know, in the UK we do the day first and then the month. Some people don't know that. The game every single Monday, 8 p.m. to 9:30 UK time. Big up Mr. Matthew Min entering the room right now inside the place. The game every single Monday, 8 p.m. to 9:30 UK time. A free weekly webinar where we do stocks, crypto updates with live technical analysis, AMAs, and special guests. If you would like to be inside the place in the Zoom, simply click the link tree. So that's blockchain.sensei on Instagram. Help us get to 2,000 followers. At the time of recording, we're on 1,782. Click on the link tree, and then you just register your free Zoom tickets via Eventbrite. Alternatively, you can catch the show on youtube.com/blockchain sensei, or replays on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, etc. So let's get on with some news. Let's scroll down a little bit. Okay, so for those unaware, the third episode of Wealth Masters is out now on our YouTube with Debedan Osakita. I hope I said your name
Oh, by the way,
correctly.
this one here is not one to miss. This man himself managed over 20 billion in funds, right?
Yes,
Was it
sir.
10 billion? Either or, it was a lot of damn capital, right? But
A lot of
he has
billions.
insane levels of knowledge and really broke down exactly what it's like to be inside Goldman Sachs.
Yep. For those that haven't checked out that video, please do so on our YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. And we also have a partnership with Debs, which will push further with his company Stock Pickers Academy. And yeah, please look into that with regards to educating yourself with ourselves, Blockchain Sensei and Stock Pickers Academy. So big ups to Storm on these kind of posts. For those that aren't following our subsidiary Shuriken Sounds, please do so. Shuriken Sounds is an emerging multi-Web3 music solutions company founded by myself, Cairo Sean, Deco Master, and also obviously on the advisory board we have Mr. Keeson Rigg and Mr. Hardin, who are co-founders of Blockchain Sensei. So Warner Music teams up with OpenSea. Yes, Warner Music focus on NFT content. Again, big up Storm on this update. She does these amazing posts. The music business has always been able to monetize Web3 in an increasing number of ways over the past several years, whether it be through musicians releasing tracks as NFTs or Bored Ape starting a career as a DJ. Given that Warner Music Group has a contract with OpenSea, it appears like we'll be seeing a lot more NFT material with a music theme. Teddy's Photos, aka Ed Sheeran, and Dua Lipa, two well-known artists on Warner Music roster, are represented by OpenSea one of the largest, in fact, the largest NFT market places in the world. Warner Music's goal of this agreement is to increase Web3 exposure for the Warner Music roster's artists. Warner Music artists will have first dibs on OpenSea features and benefit from simpler platform discovery. The OpenSea crew with them as they grow their Web3 presence and fan base. Basically, look out for Dua Lipa and Ed Sheeran on OpenSea.
Yeah, I think we definitely saw a few of these things coming a little bit earlier than this announcement in itself regarding music labels getting music artists into Web3. Also, we're seeing artists that are completely fabricated AI, whatever you want to call it, 3D renders that are actually being pushed and marketed as soul artists as well. So this
Artists,
space
exactly.
is definitely something that we have to keep an eye on and see what's happening with that space.
Absolutely. So then we've got another post by Storm. Personalized NFTs on Flow blockchain. How many times have we spoke about Flow? Please go on the Blockchain Sensei Twitter. You can find a 52 tweet string that I personally wrote about Flow blockchain, deep diving into it. Genies is an avatar firm built on the idea of an avatar ecosystem, and it was founded in 2017 by Akash Nigam and Evan Rosenbaum. I hope I said that correctly. The business switched to NFTs from customized in-app avatars. Due to its efforts in this area, Genies is undoubtedly a firm to watch as avatars and the metaverse become more widely accepted ideas. I won't read this whole post. Do check it out. Big ups to Hundo and the people and Kian, who is the founder of social enterprise the people. We did an amazing speaking event. So it's recorded, and there
It's
will be a
coming soon.
digital. Yeah, there'll be a digital on the 9th and 10th of November, CareerCon, and you can go check out our talk on Web3 and activism. Shout outs Laura from the round who also spoke. Let's let Alex and Hakim in the room. To register your free tickets to CareerCon, just go to hundo.xyz and you can register your free tickets to this digital event, which will be from the 9th to the 10th of November. And we will be virtually speaking at that event because we've already recorded our content. Okay, so Christina Aguilera. I'm sure you guys have heard some of her hits, including Genie in a Bottle. I won't sing it. Do you want to sing it, Keish? I don't
No.
feel to. Okay, cool. I don't feel like I can justify it. Like I'm down to like sing, but for this one, I don't feel I can justify it. So, Christina Aguilera, who's got the Genie in the Bottle hit, the United States Patent and Trademark Office has received trademark applications from pop artist Christina Aguilera pertaining to NFTs and the metaverse. The Genie in a Bottle singer aims to provide downloadable multimedia files that include music and performing arts related images, sounds, text, and videos. NFTs would be used to authenticate these files. The pop diva intends to sell a wide range of virtual items, including art, apparel, accessories, footwear, eyeglasses, and other virtual goods. Additionally, Aguilera hopes to offer entertainment services, including musical concerts and online appearances. Again, big ups to Storm with these kind of news. If you don't follow Shuriken Sounds, our subsidiary, please do. And also, let me just make a public announcement. The bio in Shuriken Sounds is to join our Web3 music community managed by Deco. So please click the link in the Shuriken Sounds Instagram bio to join the Web3 music community Discord, which will be more and more active as we grow. Nike makes $185 million in NFT sales.
It's not a surprise, is it? We did also mention this and speak about this play, and it's really not a surprise. It's Nike.
There we go. So, yeah, stop sleeping on the applicational use of blockchain, NFTs, crypto, and the metaverse. Just do it. Hugo Boss and Imaginary One. Storm again. Storm is coming in with the news, man. Incredible to see Hugo and the Imaginary Ones collaborating. Hugo, the younger of the Hugo Boss brands, is the platform for self-expression and authentic dressing, globally engaged, always curious and uniquely expressive. Hugo creates clothes for those who lead rather than follow, to push individuality and boundless styling forward. Now, in teaming up with Imaginary Ones, Hugo encourages its community to embrace their emotions in their own way. The roadmap for the project is below: ideate, design, community building. I won't read every single word on here, as you should check this account. These things do not get enough love. Like, Instagram algorithm, man, bloody Web2. Look at this. Nobody's liked this amazing post from 5 hours ago. I'm gonna like it ourselves. You know what? If no one's gonna show you love, you gotta love yourself, right? You gotta love yourself. Right. So there's been a 200% increase in Storm is killing it. There's been a 200% increase. Can I please request that these posts are liked, shared, commented, and saved, because the algorithm got us and Storm be putting in work. Good evening, fellow Web3 community. Storm again here. Some interesting news, especially within the music industry. Trademarking and patents have started to spread like wildfire through Hollywood, with huge franchises from the Mean Girls and Kanye, our friend Ye. According to a trademark attorney, Mike Condudis, there has been an increase in NFT-related trademark registrations. According to Mike's Twitter feed, there's been a nearly 200%. Now remember, 100% is 2x, 200% is 3x. So there's been a 3x rise in NFT trademark submissions from 2021 until now, October the 10th, 2022. So far this year, there has been 6,366, so less than 7,000 US trademark applications for NFTs and associated blockchain goods and services have been filed, he added. According to this man, who I can't pronounce the name, there will be 2,142 NFT trademark submissions in 2022. So far in 2022, there's been 6,366. So yeah, that's basically 3x, which is significant growth.
That's a large amount of growth. But yeah, we've been seeing it happening and more throughout the time that we've been covering it. We covered, Meta, Facebook, we covered Ford, Christina Aguilera. We covered Ye as well. So yeah, I feel like over the past, I'd say 2 or 3 months, I've been seeing a lot of them popping up, and also speaking to some of them companies and seeing what the hell they got planned, and it's all pretty predictable. It's the likes of like the augmented realities, it's the duplicates of things that they do that will then have the benefits within their little ecosystem. So the use cases are textbook use cases, but on a global organization level, they really do hit hard. So it's good to see these things coming into play.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Keish, do you want to do the crypto news weekly recap? Since I did all the other
Yeah,
news.
don't mind. Yeah, so NYDIG has raised 720 million for its institutional Bitcoin fund. Yep, that happened. FTX and Visa's partner.
Wait. For those that don't know who NYDIG are, they are a Bitcoin company that's fusing high tech with institutional grade finance. So they're basically a big company. Boom.
Cool. So they're basically onboarding more funds into Bitcoin. Okay. So FTX and Visa partner to permit crypto payments in 40 countries. Yep. BNB chain resumes. BNB chain resumes operations after 600 million exploit. So yeah, that hack happened. I saw it while it was happening. Some people I knew were trading it, and I was just like, "You lot are crazy." But there was a huge dip that I saw, and I hope you lot bought the dip. If there was, that good opportunity to buy a dip, why not? Because one thing about companies that get hacked, like it's such a big thing in the crypto community. It's like people spread the news and say, "Oh, this company got hacked and this company got hacked," but Google's getting hacked all the time. Apple are getting hacked all the time. No one really makes a big deal over it, and it's more undercover. But these things happen regularly. It's just a part of the space that we're in, especially in tech. But in the financial markets, this it's a target. If you're looking at a liquidity pool and there's hundreds of millions in it, there's someone in the world that's going to be like, I want a bit of that. So it's just the way the world goes. There's the positive people, the negative people, and the developers that have that advantage over the digital world. So I feel like these things are not out of the ordinary. Only for the only time it's really bad is when it's something that the company itself has not done correctly. For example, with like the USDT situation where they haven't done their auditing properly and things of that nature. So I feel like if they're getting exploited after the fact, they're only going to be stronger in terms of security. So I don't see it as the worst thing. I mean, considering their trading volume as well in the trillions, um, yeah, 600 million isn't really going to do much to them. So, uh, yeah. MakerDAO puts 500 million in the treasury bonds. So that's the opposite. They're putting 500 mil in the treasury. um, Meta opens NFT sharing on Instagram and Facebook to all of the US users.
What I find so interesting about this? Like,
Yeah.
America will be the first to get to open up certain blockchain utilizations, such as having NFT sharing. But
Yeah,
then
but
on
where's
the other
Facebook
scale,
based, bro? Just think about
yeah. But on the other scale, like Binance US is shit.
it. Yeah,
Like Americans don't have access to cryptos like we have on centralized exchanges.
yeah, that's true, without a doubt.
So
That's
it
because
is
they got the
I just find that interesting.
yeah, that's because the hub, the stock hub is where they at. So, but I
Hmm.
think yeah, definitely, I definitely hear you on that one. And Facebook and Instagram especially, they do testing in micro little cities and things like that. So I'm sure that they've done things of that nature before. Because I did meet someone that was developing the blockchain related stuff with Instagram, and he was basically saying that they're doing testing. So I think that testing has been done, and then when it's out live, this is sort of the stuff that they're putting out. But I believe there's other locations that have had it before, just the US. Um, so Musk revives 44 billion Twitter bid, aiming to avoid a trial. So there's a bit more news with that. He's actually creating his own social media app called X app, I think it's called. So that's something to look out for. He's not necessarily an expert in that field, but he's Elon Musk, so definitely got to keep an eye on that. And we'll keep you updated with anything that happens with that. But definitely something big coming out, and I believe that's also why he's trying to do this Twitter play as well to actually integrate it with his own app. So MasterCard pushes deeper into crypto with a new tool for combating fraud. Incredible. That's what Binance needed. McDonald's starts to accept Bitcoin and Tether in Swiss town. That's incredible. So, they got the Bitcoin payments for your MacDs. That's quite jokes. But yeah, on to the next, Ninja.
Okay, next.
So the top 10 smart contract platforms by monthly fees. Okay, so who's making the most money? So you already know it's Ethereum up in this place. Ethereum, insane. We were having a conversation the other day, and it was like there's all these other blockchains being made, all these other protocols, but one thing that people forget is that they have to they're versing the actual ecosystem. It's not about necessarily how fast that platform is, the transactions per second, etc. It's about the ecosystem, and Ethereum have positioned themselves incredibly where they're owning majority of the metaverse, owning majority of the gaming platforms, and really positioning themselves in the infrastructure for the Web3 as a whole. So we see that as something that's very difficult to beat, and you have to really have a really strong ecosystem in order to do so. So that's another reason why we don't think Ethereum is going anywhere anytime soon, even though the adoption has been obviously taken over by the large institutions. Binance, so the second place is Binance, third place is Solana. I'm not surprised. Solana's been creeping up. They've been doing really well with their efforts. So Ethereum was at 70.6 million. BNB was at 18.4 million. Solana was at 1.5 million in a month, and Polygon was at 1 million. Shout out to Polygon. Avalanche was just under, that's a bit under 600k. So yeah, they're still earning a little something something. Near Protocols 107k. Cardano's at 290k. So the fees are really running through BNB, Ethereum, Solana, Polygon at the moment. And you know, a little bit on the Avalanche. But yeah, I see that that looks about right. I feel like, yeah, I feel like definitely Solana's creeping up and Solana's being making a killing. But yeah, let's move on.
Okay.
Ninja, do you want to cover this one?
Bitcoin mining difficulty increases by 13.55%. So for those that don't know, the reason why Bitcoin gets harder and harder to mine is because out of the 21 million supply, 19,175,337 of which are in circulating supply. Bitcoin works on something called proof of work, whereby in layman's terms, miners fight to solve the equations in the Bitcoin network, which they do in order to process Bitcoin transactions. And in doing this proof of work, that's how new Bitcoins are created. But it basically becomes more and more competitive as more Bitcoin come out. So
Yeah.
that's basically the reason why Bitcoin gets harder and harder to mine. And the stat right now is it's increased by 13.55%. So top 10 NFT marketplaces by top 10 NFT market top 10 NFT marketplaces by volume in the last 30 days. So OpenSea, the
Obviously,
biggest,
yeah.
obviously, which uses Ethereum, Polygon, and Solana. Next biggest is Magic Eden. In fact, you know what I'm gonna do a quick plug. I'm not being paid to say this. He's just my homie, and I'm just reminded because I've recently used him for a consultation, and I got off a call with him like 2 hours ago. So, what is his YouTube? One sec. He's like the best.
Bro, let's not run through. No, man, let's
Cool.
not do this, bro. We ain't doing
No
that.
worries. Cool.
I'm trying to be looking at your whole history, bro. I'm all good, man.
All right. So anyway, now he's just a really good
What
guy
you
when
got
it comes to
hiding in
like
your YouTube
Solana
history, bro?
NFTs.
Watching, nah?
It's
I'm
the
good. I'm
blockchain
good.
assessor YouTube. It's professional. It's professional.
Okay.
Anyway, right. So yeah, I was gonna shout him out. He makes really good content when it comes to Solana NFTs. But yeah, so Magic Eden is currently the second highest volume marketplace. Then after that we've got X2Y2. Then we've got Immutable X marketplace. Have a look at Immutable X ecosystem. Then we've got Element and Theta Drop. So that's what's happening right now in the top NFT marketplaces. Okay. Okay, DeFi projects with the highest 30-day user growth. At the top, we've got I find this hard to read on my laptop. I'm going to read it on my phone. One sec. I'm trying to zoom in. Okay, so on Polygon, we've got QI DAO, Bavish Finance, Radio Shack, Stargate Finance, and Good Ghosting at the top.
Polygon's
For
definitely
Ethereum,
been killing it. What are the percentages in growth, bro?
we've got QI DAO on 408%, Bavish Finance on 173%, 30-day user growth, Radio Shack on 128%, Stargate Finance on 81.8%. Then Ethereum got Stargate Finance again, but that's number one for Ethereum, 266% growth. Then Everrise at 78.9%, Bungie at 58.3%, and Lido Finance at 57.4%. For Avalanche, we've got Bendy. That's Ben Key, BENQI. I'm not too familiar with the Avalanche
It's Benki,
ecosystem.
bro. Yeah.
Benkui, 10.8%, Vector Finance 8.62%, Stargate Finance 2.92%.
So it's looking like Polygon has the most 30-day user growth in this list. Second is Ethereum. After that's Optimism, BNB chain, and then Algorand, then Avalanche, and Solana. I feel like it will be long if we read all of these. But you
Yeah,
guys
check
can
out the
see it and
post.
check out on our Instagram.
Okay, cool. And then top 10 cryptocurrencies by social activity. Bitcoin number 1, Ethereum number 2, Solana number 3, Terra Classic at number 4, 15,000 social media mentions and 11 million social engagements. Shiba at number 5, PancakeSwap, then Dogecoin, Baby Dogecoin, Uniswap, and Crowcoin. When it comes to social activity, social media is a mad place and not the best metric when it comes to financial gains. Top 10 projects by
shout out to DeFi Chain. I love DeFi Chain. They're too lit. They break all
top
the
10
rules.
top 10 projects by total value growth in September. We've got Sablier Finance, 192% growth. DeFi Chain Loans, which Keish loves, 176% growth.
Shout out to them. They do some madness. You can buy Tesla stock and
On
all
the
sorts of
what is it, like a tokenized version of Tesla stock?
Yes, but they've linked it. It's actually linked to the asset. They're crazy with it. Their team crazy, and they're active on YouTube. So that's what I love about teams, when you can really deep dive, see what they're up to, and have conversations with them, learn more. It's great. DeFi Chain, I respect them.
Yes,
and Anchor,
yes, sir.
incredible. Yeah, man, it's
good growth right now. It's good growth right now. So top 15 dApps by revenue in September. OpenSea, 9.2 million in September, which is down 23%, but that's a lot of revenue. DYDX 6.2 million, PancakeSwap 4.7 million, ENS 4.3 million, which actually did an 11% growth. And then we've got GMX by 3.9 million. MetaMask is actually down here at number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2.9 million and 22% decline. But it's understandable because it's a bear market. Monthly derivatives exchange volume increased by 2% in September. Number 1, Binance, then OKX, Bybit, FTX, Huobi, who power Swissborg, one of my favorite applications.
So we've got to look at the dark purple for this one. May looks like it was peaking, and then yeah.
Well, it makes sense. It makes sense because obviously that was May 2022. Yeah. Okay, interesting. All right, next, because we want to get into this report. What we got here? What is happening here? What is being said? Mr. Harding posted this. Let's get into the report. Okay, so This report here is brought to you by PwC, Elwood, and AMA. So let's just quickly go into the companies that are covering this because it's good to know. So who are PwC? PwC. I don't. Let's just get their own description about who they are. They've got 152. They operate in 152 countries with almost 328,000 people. They are a leading professional services company, also one of the biggest accountancy firms in America, along with Deloitte. So that kind of standard, and they deliver quality assurance, tax, and advisory services. In the fiscal year of 2022, PwC provided services to 84% of the global Fortune 500 companies. So pretty well connected.
Very, very large organization, similar to KPMG as well. And also their partners that were involved or partnered or sponsored the writing of this paper or report. They are also of the same stature and pretty much the same type of company as well.
Yes, sir. And then 148,000 people joined PwC around the world in the fiscal year of 2022. So hyper expansion. I think that's kind of crazy because they're basically they're hyper expanding in a recession. So yeah, the rich keep getting richer. And for the ending year of the 30th of June 2022, they had a gross revenue of 50.3 billion. Then we've got AMA, which is the Alternative Investment Management Association, global representative of alternative investment industry. These guys are like very, very big on crypto. Then after that, one second.
Yeah, it was Elwood, bro.
Was Elwood, yeah. So Elwood is basically a trading platform for institutional investors. So think Binance and Coinbase, but for banks, hedge funds, and asset management companies.
Yeah.
So
in this report, we're really gonna get deep into sort of more so what the VCs are thinking, how they're deploying their capital, necessary like how they're sort of distributing their funds, and also sort of their operations, and also statistics and facts about the space.
Yeah. So okay, we got some notes. So we're gonna skip to page 4. Okay, so let's skip the executive summary and go straight to growth. Individual funds have grown by an average of 150%. That's 2.5x in 2022, from 23.4 million to 58.6 million. So that's the average of crypto that hedge funds have. The percentage of crypto hedge funds with assets under management over 20 million increased in 2021 to 59% from 46%. So from less than half of hedge funds having over 20 million to more than half of hedge funds having over 20 million in crypto. Traditional hedge funds, 67% who currently invest intend to deploy more capital by the end of 2022. Some people say that at the end of 2022, there might be a little, not like ultra bull run. I don't see Bitcoin going to like 100K or anything, but bouncing up from the current price.
Yeah.
Okay, so, go on.
So sophistication of market. So the most common crypto hedge fund strategy is market neutral, a new category for this year's survey. 30% of funds. This follows by quantitative long / short for 25%. Decretionary long only 14%, and decretionary long / short 12%. Proportion of firms trading derivatives have risen from 56% to 69% this year, and also 41.6% of crypto hedge funds utilize DeFi platforms to enhance yield through farming or borrowing and lending assets, while 78% of hedge funds have invested into the DeFi sector.
DeFi sector,
So
that's
they're
insane.
heavy in this, and Majority from the reason why they are heavy because majority of these funds are lending, so they actually earn a lot more lending than traditionally. So a lot of them have gone into this and exposed themselves. These funds may be very large funds and expose themselves only 1% or 2%, but that's a large capital allocation in the millions or hundreds of millions. Um, and they basically would lend out a stable token. So, for example, USDC, they would lend that out and then earn based on the returns from that. So, there's that's why I think that that statistic is so high. They're obviously using liquidity pools and farming as well, but that majority of that is done by bots and done by people that execute trades assisted with different systems that they've sort of created. So yeah, and also a lot of funds have different advantages based on their networks. They are able to utilize DeFi a lot more effectively as they are basically the ones that are making the protocols.
Okay, let's get regulation. Bullish market perspective in the longer term, at least as of April 2022, 42% of crypto hedge funds predicts to see 75,000 to 100,000 Bitcoin range. But we've all heard that before. Around a third of respondents not currently investing in crypto say that if the main barriers were to be removed, they would actively accelerate their involvement investment in digital assets. 27%, an increase from 18% last year. Obviously, some hedge funds need educating. If any hedge funds need educating, let us know, and we we can sort that out. Okay, so the next page we're going to go to is page 8 in this report, according to me
Yeah.
and Keisha's notes, because we dived in before. So, strategy insights. It's interesting because the so let's just dive in. So according to PwC's research, there are potentially over 300 crypto hedge funds currently as of late 2022, and the survey results suggest that half of these were launched in the past 3 years. So
Yeah.
less than 3 years ago, there's less than 150. In the graph above, it shows that the launch of the new funds against the price of Bitcoin, there was a large number of funds being launched when Bitcoin was going up in 2018, 2020, and 2021, and more moderate activity in less bullish years. It should be noted that this analysis is partially hindered by survivorship bias, as funds launched in 2014, 2017 may no longer be in operation. Okay, so let's skip over to page 10.
Yeah.
That's what we got in our notes. Market
Okay, cool. So
analysis.
yeah, this is the market analysis. So this so basically similar to the previous year's report, we see that there's a lot of high net worth individuals that are the most common investor types in these crypto hedge funds. Of course, it's pretty damn obvious, right? But I think that the difference between high net worth individuals, family offices, and fund of funds is very important to sort of look at, so that you can understand whether these are private families that are exposing themselves, which would be the family offices, whether these are individuals that are extremely successful, which would be the high net worth individuals, or whether this would be funds that are actually creating protocols and mechanisms and working with other funds to then deploy their capital. So that these are sort of the differences, and that's why I think it's important to understand sort of the state of the sort of VC and hedge fund space. This is followed by family offices at 66%. Um, high net worth individuals were 86%. Family offices at 66%. Fund of funds at 43%. And high net worth individuals also the largest investors within these funds of 53% of funds saying that their largest investors are high net worth individuals, which is pretty jokes. Like 53% of funds are saying that their largest investors are high net worth individuals. Interestingly, we also saw endowments being named. Um, okay. Um, Sorry, one second, guys. He also saw endowments being named by one fund as their largest investor and another fund which is also a small portion of pension funds of investors.
On to the next page. Do, 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 do. Is Keish there?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm here.
Cool. So AUM, an acronym for assets under management. Okay, so PwC. So this is in US millions. So in 2021, the year end of assets under management that had crypto was 58.6 million. In 2020, that was 23.5 million. So it's estimated that the total assets under management of crypto hedge funds in this year's samples increased by 8% to about 4.1 billion in 2021, compared to 3.8 billion reported by respondents the previous year. The median assets under management of crypto hedge funds tripled in 2021 compared to the previous year, with average assets under management not far behind in terms of growth for the sample of funds in PwC survey. So assets under management in US billions, 2018, 1 billion, 2019, 2 billion, 2020, just under 4, and in 2021 smashing 4. Okay, so let's whiz through this. 11, let's skip to 15. That's what we got in our notes.
Yeah. Do you want me to cover that one?
Yeah, go on then. We got the nice
Uh,
charts.
Okay. So cryptocurrencies, these are cryptocurrency sectors invested into by hedge funds. So if we look at the chart, you'll see that they put under a store value, which is Bitcoin and Litecoin. The under DeFi is Uniswap, Aave, and SushiSwap. Under infrastructure is Ethereum, Solana, Matic, and Chainlink. Under exchanges is BNB and FTT. And also under entertainment with NFTs, gaming, etc. is Mana, Sandbox, and Axie. Data and cloud storage is Filecoin and Arweave, which we've definitely covered. Banking is Ripple and Dime. Under privacy and security is Monero, which is huge. A lot of miners on Monero. Enterprise is Axoni and TradeBlock, and and they have a healthcare sector which they don't actually name. And then market neutral is the stable coins. So as you can see, there's not a lot of stable coins. And the hedge funds that are exposed into these assets is predominantly Bitcoin, Litecoin, Uniswap, Aave, SushiSwap, Ethereum, Solana, Matic, Chainlink, BNB, FTT, Mana, Sand, and Axie. So that is pretty much in order what they are invested and involved in currently, which is pretty interesting.
Okay.
17.
Still to this day, I'm still bullish on Litecoin. Even though doesn't have that much utility, just store of value. So and this report kind of confirms my bias. So it's still my baby, even though the price action is not done well. Okay, so number 17, cryptocurrencies traded by crypto hedge funds. Diving deeper into specific cryptocurrencies traded by crypto hedge funds, unsurprisingly, Bitcoin and Ethereum having the highest market capitalization. This year, only 29% of funds in the survey reported that at least half of their daily cryptocurrency trading volume is in Bitcoin, which is obviously bullish for altcoins. Compared to 56% of the funds in the survey last year. This is also illustrated by the graph below, where Litecoin was actually ranked third among the cryptocurrencies traded last year by 34% of respondents. This year, we see significantly more altcoins being traded by over 40% of the funds surveyed. Of course, they would, because it's utility. We see a drop in Litecoin. Actually, 2020 to 2021, Litecoin stayed the same. Oh, interesting. That's very interesting. I didn't notice this before, but I've just noticed it right now. Okay. Well, let me just give a random theory, because this is to do with the percentage of the fund, right? So
Yeah.
in 2020, it was this much percentage of the fund, but in 2021, even in the bull run, the same amount of percentage. So it'd be like a higher deployed capital, but the same percentage. So, yeah. Okay, cool. So, let's not get into all these stats. Let's
We're running 18.
yeah, let's run to 18.
Cool. So percentage of crypto hedge funds involved in staking, lending, and borrowing. So this is, as what I was saying earlier, a lot of them are actually borrowing. Some of them are staking, and some of them are lending. So that's pretty much what's really been going on. So the typically funds are lending, but they're using and utilizing funds to stake, and also they are borrowing funds from platforms like Aave, which basically has no limit to what you can borrow. So yeah, I feel like with these funds, they have definitely got strategies in place in terms of investment and rates of return. So also they also know how to use debt heavily. So I feel like within the crypto space, that's definitely what's been happening. Um, and crypto hedge funds and staking are utilized to get delegated staking, utilize third party centralized platforms, and utilize own nodes. So as you can see, there's a small amount that actually run and manage their own nodes. It's not as large as the ones that are staking or using other third party centralized platforms that would be like your Binance or your Kraken, for example, to stake a single asset. So yeah,
Then let's move over to number 20.
20.
Okay, easy peasy. Prefer stable coins for crypto hedge funds. Now, this is
Yeah,
how we know
it's kind of funny,
that
right?
hedge funds don't do their own research, because if
It's still
anybody
using
just did their
USDT
own research, yeah, I mean, it's still using USDT,
and
right?
Terra USD.
And listen. Anyone who did research on the CEO of Terra Luna, Do Kwon, you can see that this guy has a history of failed cryptocurrencies. So why is it stablecoin? It's not very stable, is it? So
Yeah, but what I also did point out earlier was that when we were looking at this earlier, I was thinking maybe they want to lose money. Maybe they have a really good insurance company that's covering them. Maybe they want to lose quite a lot by
maybe they
accident.
want to offset some taxes by accident.
Maybe.
Maybe they want to offset some taxes by accident.
They might be, and I think that's why these statistics are looking as such. And I would say USDT is not, the best. It's not the strongest peg. But like I did say earlier, the issue that they had was due to auditing and them not working with a good company that was then doing all sorts with their money and their funds. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel like that's something that can be fixed, but at the same time, there is a bit more. But
I
yeah,
personally like I personally like USDC, and you know what,
you're
I
messing
like
with
the
Circle
US.
right now, yeah.
Yeah, I'm messing with Circle. I've always messed with Circle, and I do trust BUSD as well, because it's
A
just
lot of
it's
businesses
about
are
that.
running through Circle as well, I must say.
Yeah.
All right,
Um.
let's get into
And
page 23.
okay, page 23. Go on, you can do
So
this.
let's
This is
get
your
let's get
favorite.
into a little bit
This is your
on more on the
favorite.
DeFi side of things.
This is
So
your
let's
Keisha's
actually
favorite
look at
word.
what DEXs, decentralized exchanges, these platforms are using. So the estimated total value locked of the DeFi market has made a 13 end of 2020 to 235 billion in December 2021. Um, Incredible, big leap. We have seen an increase in the usage of DeFi platforms compared to last year, with 41.6% of this year's survey respondents using decentralized exchanges compared to just 31.5% from last year's respondents. So there's a quite a good increase in the funds that they've been speaking to. Um, Uniswap is the most widely used, 20% followed up by 1inch at 9%. And then Sushi Swap Curve. So the increase of DeFi platforms coincides with the increase of capabilities of self-custody offerings that have seen significant improvements in usability and accessibility over the past year. An interesting point to watch is whether investors will be willing to accept the additional risk arising from a self-custody model as long as investment returns stay high enough, or if there will be a pushback. So typically early on, I mean, there's Uniswap V3 now, but early on there's a lot of platforms that were a lot of people and users in general, and I'm sure the funds included, that would rather take a loss for the type of returns that they can get in the long term with their pools. So, pegging two assets together, there's going to be obviously high volatility, but obviously the amount of swaps or the amount of rates that comes through that pool can also increase the amount of fees that they're earning, but also what they earn their fees in as well could be something that they value more than actually the funds that they've allocated towards it. And that is something that they could be utilizing as an investment vehicle. But also, there's a little bit more into that, which is something called money Legos. If you guys got time, research into that. It's a rabbit hole and a half, so I won't really discuss it, but that's what's really been going on. So yeah, moving on.
What was that?
Moving on
Money
to-
Lego.
Yeah, bro. You searched that up, bro. Matthew Mint, you're gonna love it. Page
Sweet. I'm on it.
24. Onto the next page. So these are actually the current
Uh,
predictions. Are we on
Oh,
24?
24. Yeah. 24. Boom.
Okay, perfect. So these are the predictions, right? So this distribution of BTC price predictions. One thing about price predictions, you can never really predict the price like that, right? But this is end of 2022 price predictions by all of these funds. So let's have a look at it. So it's looking like majority of people are in the 100K range. I think that the price predictions that we're seeing here is subject to um sort of the notion, because obviously these guys are more on the behind the scenes of the financial markets, but I believe that there's notions that run through these streams, but there's a small circle that actually control and manipulate these prices. As much as you could be a fund, you can be really in depth and great at analyzing. But I think that there's definitely um, a lot more of the smaller circles that are really the ones that are driving and changing the markets. But we're seeing a 75K to 100K range. That's what people are really saying, and that was a lot more prominent in 2021. Seems to be still the most prominent in 2022, and we're seeing still the 50K to 75K range as well, which is more likely. As we could see from the 2021 to 2022 predictions. But a very, very minute amount think that it's going to be more than 100K. Me personally, by the end of this year,
No
uh,
way.
I'm in that below 25K range, 25K and below range. To be honest with you guys,
Yeah. There's no way.
I believe
I'm
we
not
done a
bullish.
we done a video with the 5 a.m. guys, D Ludlow, and I said about 15,000. Michael said the bottom's 9,640 something. Ninja, what do you say? 12,000, 11,000? What do you say, Ninja?
I can't even remember what I said.
Yeah, well, basically, we're not really thinking it's gonna be crazy like that. As we do predict that, as much as predictions are very inaccurate, from what we're seeing, the market will come up and then it'll be the biggest dump. Did a dump. So yeah. So yeah, distribution of market cap predictions as well. So We're looking at around about 3 trillion in market cap. That's what people are really saying for crypto by the end of the year. I'm not really. I don't know about that. I don't know about these.
That's insane.
I don't know about these predictions, man. I don't think that these guys know what they're talking about.
I mean, it's
This
clear
is what.
it's clear that a lot of hedge funds don't know what they're talking about because a lot of
No,
hedge
but this
funds
is
are
one thing.
overinvested in UST.
This is what I be saying, though. I've been saying this, bro. Like, that's what I was trying to say to you earlier. Like, as much as these are the biggest funds in the world and they're like very knowledgeable about investing, etc., they still don't know about crypto like that. They still don't know. They don't. I doubt they do as much research as us.
No,
Like, I
because
don't think
because
that
because
they.
they're because a lot of them are busy in other financial markets, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they're busy, man. They're busy. It's just another sector that just got birthed. So I feel like all of these statistics and facts, majority of them are just the notion, what's everyone else saying, sort of thing. And that's how they
Mhm.
formulate these things. So I personally don't think that this report has any crazy madness in it. I mean, other than a little bit about what the funds are doing, it's still a bit like nothing crazy, you know? These predictions are off. Okay. So on to page number 33,
33.
and
Yeah.
then we're gonna wrap up. So let's run through this. This is the interesting part. So you guys, you guys remember what I was speaking about earlier about my friend that he likes that short-term money. Let's have a look at liquidity and lockups. Yeah. Okay, so about half of this year's survey respondents do not have hard or soft lockups in place. Hard lockups are where investors are not allowed to redeem until the end of the lockup period, while soft lockups are where investors are allowed to redeem early by paying a penalty. However, there are funds that do implement them across various fund strategies, and those who do usually demand a 1 year lockup period. As for lockup terms, it's mostly been similar to the previous 2 years. The redemption structures of funds have also remained unchanged. The monthly redemptions being the most common. The expansion of the crypto hedge fund universe has caused the spread of lockup terms to differ among funds. Among our survey respondents, only quant funds reported no hard lockups, but most have soft lockups, seemingly being more flexible for investors. They're exactly like me. I don't really like long lockups. I like soft lockups. If I do a long lockup, it will be a soft one where I have to pay a certain penalty to get out early. But I believe that, I mean, especially when you're moving such funds and in such a volatile market, unless it's something where like um, yes, a certain amount of crypto that would just be sitting in your wallet anyway. You're not really trading. You might as well lock it up for a certain amount of time and earn a yield from that, which still has its risks because it's basically giving custody to another organization. But I think that there are its benefits, you know. So let's have a look at the strategies. So these are the market neutral, the disc discretionary, this
Discretionary.
bro, my English, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm Jamaican. Discretionary long only crypto, quantitative long short crypto, quantitative long only. So redemption frequency is about a month, so that's 30 days. Average lockup period is 1 year. Average lockup period is 3 plus 2 year extension. So the long only crypto positions are extremely long term, which makes a lot of sense. And majority of those are actually in. Oh, it's actually even. So it's 18% in hard lock and 18% in soft lock. For the market neutral positions, which are typically stables, their hard lock is 30% and their soft lock is 22%. So there's a lot more people actually locking up for a long time with stables, which makes sense. Um, Quantitative long and short cryptos, it's a 1 year lockup period. Generally, it's hard lock, and that's 42%. And a 16% at soft lock, and a quantitative long only. We're looking at no lockups at all. They're just out here in and out. Soft lockups at 40%. No hard lockups at all. Interesting. So that means that the other 60% is not really being locked. Discretionary long and short crypto. So this is a 6-month period, and there's 11% hard lockup and a 56% soft lockup. So overall across the board, it generally is soft locking that we're seeing, and some specific strategies for longing and shorting. In crypto, they have extremely long lock periods, which does make sense, especially if you are longing in the market. So yeah, that's very interesting. So yeah, that's been sort of our breakdown of this report. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Any questions? Anything that you guys wanna run through? There's I mean, I think there was a lot of things that we covered. Any questions? Anything that you guys want to talk about regarding the report, or anything that you want us to go back to?
A long day. That was a yawn. But yeah, or if you have no questions, you can share a game. That's why it's called the game.
I got
Saint Joe-
game.
Go on.
Go ahead, bro.
What game you got, bro?
I'll put it up in
Living,
chat.
living in the trenches.
So Barclays, they bought copper.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Just put it in chat. But copper is basically a crypto custody firm. So they're looking to do series of funding to be able to buy this out. But
Go on.
there's
I'll give you a platform. Your co-host.
I'm co-host.
Yeah.
Oh, how
Damn,
good.
that's a big responsibility.
Big
Really?
responsibility.
You see my screen?
Yeah, we see that, bro.
So yeah, Barclays take on crypto firm Copper in latest funding round. So I do a lot of research in XRP and where it's going and what direction it's going. So a lot of people are talking about how they're not going to sell their XRP because of the high price point it has to be able to be functional. So what a lot of people are thinking about doing is staking their XRP. So one guy that I follow on YouTube, he's done a lot of research. He's actually got friends in banks, and most of the small fry that work at the banks have no idea what's happening, like in crypto related things.
Oh yeah.
Wait, let me just share. So, just to add to that, yeah. This is the sad thing. Most people in the financial sector have no idea what's happening in the macro finance world, because most low-level bankers and asset management managers, respectfully, low-level portfolio managers, have a job role and they're in the matrix. I know this because I spoke to a Lloyd's TSB mortgage advisor and personal banker who'd worked at Lloyd's TSB for 12 years and was not aware of what the NASDAQ is.
That's just pure ignorance, mate.
That's
It's
what
crazy.
I'm saying.
I've spoken to bankers as well
That's
that
what I'm
work
saying.
in banks. I've been in banks speaking to speaking to people inside the bank. They're
They
like,
don't know.
yeah, this crypto thing's a scam, this whatnot. I'm just like, yeah, man.
Real
man.
crypto boss.
Dude,
It's
enjoy your
true.
Can I
life.
touch on that quickly?
Yeah. Talk.
Yeah.
Go on.
So do you know how DLT is near Canary Wharf? I did a thing where I told myself I'm going to get off the Canary Wharf and speak to 2 people every time before I go to DLT. I started talking to someone for 2 minutes saying what I do. He was like, oh, that's sick, that's amazing. And then he's like, what industry is it in? And like finance, I was like, no, crypto. He just said, you're an idiot, and walked away. This is someone like in Canary Wharf.
Oh
just to
shit, Daniel's
put it into
here.
What
Crazy.
the hell?
Daniel, have you been here the whole time?
Yeah, I've been like in and out. I just had a football game. I'm on my way home.
Oh, sick.
Where the
We
signal?
need,
bro.
we need
Appreciate it,
Daniel
man.
as a guest, man. It's like
Looking on
him.
this ghost.
Yeah, yeah, you and Alex, different level.
What's
We
that?
need
Ninja
simplicity consultancy.
check key.
But yeah, like people really don't in the finance world, they don't really understand. A lot of them don't. Like obviously there are people who do, but unless they dive deep, they don't understand it. Like most of them are just there to do the job and go home. But they don't care about doing any extra research or anything outside of just the job.
Yeah.
Can you guys still see my screen?
Yeah.
Oh shit, we got Alex in here as well. Big up simplicity consultancy, man. The homes.
So Hedera Hashgraph also just released this article, Drop. So if I just go on to this one here, so Drop, it allows.
We're still on the one.
2 secs.
Yeah, I
You
can
see
see
that
drop.
now? Drop.
Yeah.
So Drop allows Shopify merchants to take crypto payments.
Okay.
So that's something for you guys to have a look into.
That's a payment solution company, payment rail solution company.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it just allows Shopify members to be able to implement crypto payments.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, there's quite a few companies like that I've seen, especially I've seen a lot of Russian ones. I've seen quite a wide range of different ones, but yeah, there's a lot of solutions coming out like this.
Yeah.
And I think that's really where it should be. The infrastructure solutions are really where it's at, and I think projects like that are definitely important.
And then I've started to stake my IOTA on
Yeah.
the FlyFi wallet, and I'm currently getting Assembly, which is a very interesting project that I just wanted to touch upon.
Sweet. That's perfect.
Thank you very
Matthew.
much, Mr. Matthew Mint. I will look into all these things. Coming in with the gems, mate. I totally forgot. Tweet string. It's got the WhatsApp from Mr. Harding, who's just like, you didn't do the tweet string. You're right. we need to respect the tweet string. Let's go. Okay, so let's make this easy as possible for everyone. Bitcoin is cruising sideways along the 200 moving average, along with the facts we showed you previously about the buy zones. Let's have a look. So the 200 week moving average, the average price of Bitcoin over 200 days is cruising sideways along the 200 day moving average, along with all the facts we showed you previously about Bitcoin buy zones. So right now is, according to the 200 day moving average, not financial advice, a good buy zone. Boom. Next. Right.
Oh, can I just say something about that as
Go
well?
on.
The only thing about this time of Bitcoin,
Yes.
the US are not printing money.
Yes, we are not going through hyperbolic quantitative easing.
It's not gonna
However,
last for long.
However, look at this. Look at this. One sec. Yeah, Ninja does TA sometimes. Sometimes I do, right? There's been a 14. There's loads of gaps in the market, and there's been a $14 trillion liquidation since the 17th of August. So maybe that capital may be deployed somewhere. Maybe.
Oh man.
So yeah, since the 15th of August. So no, money's not been printed, but there's lots of money parked up on the side. There we go. So that's my argument.
Can you explain that chart real quick? What is the Vanguard stock thing?
Oh yeah, right. Here's an industry secret. Are you ready? Right. Most people don't know this. So the VT, the Vanguard Total World Stock Index, represents approximately how many trillions are in the stock market. I did some deep research on this, yeah. Whatever the price of the VT is approximately how many trillions are in stocks. So right now, $79 VT means the stock market it's not exactly one for one, but it's approximate. $79 is approximately 79 trillion in stocks. Stock market peaked at $109 trillion in November. stock market peaks at approximately $110 trillion in November, and VT peaked at nearly 109. You know, I'm sure you know who Vanguard are. Anyone who doesn't know who Vanguard are, second biggest asset management company in the world. Most people look at the VTI, but yeah, VT, whatever the price of the VT is, approximately how many trillions are in stocks. So, $14 trillion liquidation. That's what.
So what are you saying? So that sell-off is how does that relate to you?
It's not just a sell-off; it's a decline in price also. In general, like stocks.
Sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of you being arrested in the background, bro.
Go on.
It's not just a sell-off. Like if the price of stocks drop, then that drop also like it's just it's not necessarily a sell-off. It's lost value in the stock market. Basically, that's what I say to it.
Yeah, well, yeah, but like, how does because crypto, not crypto, because Ninja, you compared this to, there being like more buy capital or something. Like, what did you say right at the start? Like you said, there's a gap or something, and then something.
Literally, there's gaps in the market. First of all, if you look at that chart, there's gaps in it, and gaps have to be filled. That's just how it runs with TA. Every gap has to be filled, so the market has to return to these points. But separate to that, the amount of money that it's gone down by is 14, which is in trillions, 14 trillion. If it were to be estimated average in the whole stock market, 14 trillion.
So there's basically a lot of money parked up.
Oh, is that what you're saying? Okay,
yeah,
fair play.
yeah. So quantitative easing. So quantitative easing, yes, isn't happening, but the price of major asset classes is gone down. So that means there's lots of money parked up on the side, and crypto is a small economy.
Yeah, makes sense.
Quantitative easing will start sooner rather than later. People, it will start sooner rather than later. The US doesn't really have much options at the minute.
Yeah. Back to the thread, bro.
Yeah. So next one. Let's repost realized price zone hit of Bitcoin. So the realized price, the average purchase price of all Bitcoin. I'll be honest, I'm looking at this for the first time, so I'm deciphering it in live time right now. The average price of all Bitcoin is here. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not too sure what he's trying to say with this one.
As in, it means that, like the average purchase price of all Bitcoin just means like if you were to average all the Bitcoins being purchased and then divide them by number of Bitcoin there are, as in if you're to average the price at which every Bitcoin was purchased and then divide it by number of Bitcoin there is in total, that's the realized price. And what it's trying to say is that
it's undervalued.
Exactly. Yeah, it's undervalued.
Yeah, for the last 10 days.
Yeah, but then it draws comparisons to 2014 where you have like I don't know why it's drawing the comparison here because it's not really similar days. Maybe it's just showing you.
No, it's just saying that there's a lot of opportunities to get undervalued. There's a lot of times that the value of Bitcoin is undervalued, and there's a lot of times that there's opportunities. 121-day opportunities, 133-day opportunities. All right, about now 10-day plus opportunities, 22-day and 35-day opportunities to get it at
undervalued price.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because basically the text wasn't hitting with what he was saying here.
Yeah,
no problem.
But yeah,
I mean,
he likes to do indirects.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's undervalued per se. It's more that it's valued less than the average person paid for the average Bitcoin. So the value of Bitcoin may be, zero fundamentally, right? So I wouldn't say it's like what I mean is undervalued, overvalued is typically in relation.
I get what you're saying to the average price of it being bought. Yeah.
Yeah.
So realized price 21K today, 19K.
Yesterday's price and not today's price.
All right. So just for the record, last time this happened in 2020, realized price 5,500. Oh, after this happened, he basically says it shot up.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. You can definitely tell when Mr. Harding's tweeting and when I'm tweeting. Just a different It's a different energy. Bitcoin. Patton shouts out coin Connor Danny. 2013, 5,507% gain. 2014 minus 58%. 35% in 2015, 125% in 2016, 1,331% in 2017, minus 73% in 2018, 95% gain in 2019,
Scroll
201%
back
gain.
up. There's a pattern, 3 greens and a red.
That's what you
So next
deciphered it.
year, it's gonna pump. Apparently.
Wow. 3 greens and a red, bro.
3 greens and a
20,
red. Yeah, you're right.
23.
We're on the red right now.
We're gonna get a green.
Yeah.
By
we're gonna
by
get a
the
green.
end of 2023. Okay, I get that. I get that.
2023 is a green. 3 greens and a red.
I don't want a
All right,
green.
then.
I want an extended bear market.
I can't lie. That
Give
sounds
me-
that should be.
Stop.
We
that
just want the
blasphemy.
chaos.
Mate, I want a depression. I want cheap Bitcoin.
You want a big crash? Listen. What you want is a big crash. You don't want an extended bear market. You just want a deep bear market. There's a difference.
Exactly.
But
I
they're
publicly
different.
The quicker we can
tweeted,
go down, the better.
if Bitcoin goes
No,
to
not
10K, I'm
necessarily.
starting OnlyFans.
Yeah, Bitcoin. To be honest,
Bro,
I think
relax.
Big
Bitcoin's
photos.
like already heavily oversold. Like there's
Daniel, we
there's not
can't hear
many
you. It's
sellers
bare
in the market.
muffly. It's bare muffly, bro. Relax.
My bad.
It's alright. What's this one, bro?
Okay, so now, not saying this triple top was obvious, but ETH is ridiculously overvalued if you ask me. Giant ecosystem, not to be rival, but let's look at users. ETH Bitcoin pair.
That's
ETH
the price,
Bitcoin
yeah.
pair. This
Yeah,
is the price.
look at that, bro. Insane.
The merge.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah, the most
those people
happened and there
thought.
was a big drop off.
Hey, shouts to everybody that listened to me, right? Because I said to everybody, there's going to be something that, like, get your ETH in MetaMask because they're going to give you free, like, a new coin. And yeah, I heard, so rumor told me that there might be a possibility that the ETH proof of work coin will go on FTX. I don't know, maybe, who knows? Okay, I got a few Ethereum proof of work coins. Did anyone get in on the drop? People thought I was crazy, man, but I was right. It's worth like $6, but yeah. It might go to the moon. Roughly around 400, he has no use case. Roughly around 400,000 Ethereum users once again highlights how early this is and how little people are actually using blockchain tech. And secondly, how skewed concentration of crypto wallet is. In my opinion, there's only 100,000 to 200,000 users. The rest are bots and people second wallets. Active
Second, yeah.
users. There wasn't this many active users. That's a lie. Such a lie. Million.
Yeah,
No
there
way.
you go. Bots, bro.
Okay, in the room, BNB Binance has almost double the amount of users as Ethereum, despite 9% of the space existing on the ETH network. Just saying.
The reason that was ETH spikes then was because of NFTs. It was like when NFTs first got hyped.
Thank you. Miss Harding is bullish on BNB. Meanwhile, Binance be doing this in comparison to Bitcoin, despite limited access to the US. Just saying.
Yeah.
Calm. Thank you for saying that. Right, next one. I feel weird reading his tweets. Seems about right to me. Everyone is selling the news, is casting more gloom. Smart money and institutional adoption is up, like we displayed in our pinned tweet. So logically, a winter bull flash is due. So that's basically where it's just like a fake bull market. All right. Smart money, dumb money.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. So the consensus is we're gonna see a bull trap by the end of 2022. It's pretty crazy to call a bottom on a falling knife could end up with bloody hands, but we called the top a year ago and got called crazy when we sold Bitcoin Ethereum last October.
Oh yeah.
25th of October, exited the market. Nasdaq 100 bottoms 4 to 6 months ahead of S&P 500. Yeah, because it's techno is the future. That's why. I won't go too into these graphs. Can have a look at them on our Twitter. All right, let's whiz through them. Let's whiz through them because we still got, how many got left? Three left. Them gaps begging to be filled. However, there is also two below Sokoto. Be careful. Tight stop loss. Gap,
Damn,
gap.
boy.
Gaps need to be filled in the market. Okay, last two. Let's see if history repeats. What am I looking at?
Out of curiosity, why would you say gaps need to be filled?
It's TA.
That's just TA.
Just
Like
how it's
you
just
look
like a
for
rule.
you look for gaps in specifically like usually the daily time frame, right? That's where the gaps usually are. Because in the weekly and monthly there's basically no gaps in the market, but like 4 hours one day and then look at like an annual time frame and just find literally gaps in the market where they've not been filled, and then they typically get filled.
It's like FPGs, Alex. They act like magnets.
No. I know. Yeah, the reason why they get filled, as far as I'm aware, is because it's just
I don't know why.
Yeah, it's when imagine you are a trader and you have loads of orders sitting at price 100, but then price flew from 110 down to 90 and formed the gap. Then your order isn't filled, so then there's a lot of liquidity there. So if a big institution wants to take price even lower, but they don't have the capital to do it on their own, what they'll do is they'll increase price, if possible, touch the gap, with all the orders sitting there that haven't been touched earlier, and then use all of that liquidity to, obviously sell further down. That's as far as I'm aware, why gaps get filled, generally speaking.
Okay, cool. So as you can see, the 2008 crisis hit the SP and 500 hard, and let's see if there's going to be a repeat.
And then it bounced up. 2008. So yeah, S&P 500. How down are we? Oh my god! For the first time in my life, I have the RSI at the top, not at the bottom. I don't know if I like it. I feel so alternative.
Yeah, it looks mad.
I know, innit? Mad.
It's
Right.
like the
Okay.
main
Cool.
chart that you're looking at. Like, I feel like that's the main chart because it's at the top.
I know. It's mad, right? So let's have a look at the drawdown from the all-time high. Ooh. Oh, by the way, guys.
Oh,
Did his
my
internet
God.
cut out or was it me?
Classic ninja.
Was it his
He's real
internet that cut out?
stealthy. He's a real stealthy ninja, Look at him. Look how stealthy he is.
You couldn't time that any better.
Right? Oh, that was incredible. As you can see, he needs that upgrade, that 5G upgrade. Right now, he's running off that 3G. But yeah, guys. I'll wait for him to come back just to make sure everything's running still, because I'm gonna wrap up. But any final questions from anyone? Anything anyone else wants to cover? And yeah. Okay, so Ash, St. Jerome, how's it going, bro?
Yeah, everything's good, thank you. I'm just absorbing the knowledge.
Okay, good, man.
I
How's
like
it been going?
I like what Matthew said about the Barclays acquisition into copper.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna read more into that, definitely.
Yeah, man, definitely, bro. Bless, man. Crypto Boss, how's it going?
Oh, Keish, what are you saying?
I'm good, man. All is well.
Lots of info, more work, more research. I really don't know how
Definitely.
people have time to really watch Netflix, but good for them.
Right, exactly
yeah.
that. This is our Netflix. I'm gonna send through for everyone in the chat. I'll send through the report that we're reading through today. just so you guys could check it out. I believe Ninja's jumping back in a sec.
Sorry about that, guys. I think that was a Matrix saying he's saying too
No
much.
problem, bro. Alex, how's it going, bro? Thank you for coming down.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Daniel, anything you want to add?
No, good. Thanks for hosting. You got to change the times up a bit, man. I got football at this time on Mondays. But the word
What's
time
it
for
from
me.
8? It's from 8 till 9. We're running a bit extra time for yourself. So
Yeah, my football's 8 to 8:45. So it's like,
yeah, you catch the last 15, bro. If not, we're live on YouTube.
oh, fair play. Yeah, I was gonna say if it goes on YouTube, I'll do
Yeah,
that.
you can play it back, bro. But yeah, appreciate you coming down, man.
Definitely, thank you.
But yeah, thanks to everyone that's come for the game. This has been the game.
Oh,
A
guys,
very
one thing.
serious game. We ain't playing games. It's been very serious.
Crypto Boss 1973.
Yeah,
up?
Aiden Energy. I keep running into it in the last couple of weeks, just hearing
Sorry.
about it. Aiden Energy. Just take a look at it, guys.
Aiden,
Okay,
how do
yeah,
you spell that?
ADDEN Energy. They're building a battery that could last a very long time. I don't know how much
Okay,
it's gonna
Adeno
cost.
Energy, yeah. Okay, great. Thank you, bro.
All right.
We'll
Yeah.
check
Thank you.
it out. Much appreciated. Take care. Thank you, guys.
safe in a bit.